How kind of you to offer, you know what? With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and a pen. Crumble that up and throw it at his face. I better check a Monokuma file before anything else. The victim was Sakura Ogami. The time of death is estimated to be around 12 noon. The body was discovered in the rec room, on the 3rd floor of the school. There is evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. However, it seems that at some point, the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood, poison. I think the case this time might be a challenge. Why is that?
So...
The only way into the rec room is the door we just came through, and the door had been jammed shut with the chair from the inside of the rec room, which means the killer would have had to escape somewhere after barring the door. So the door was blocked from the inside, and there was no way in or out, so he broke the window. There's like zero escape, right?
In other words...
Locked room murder, yup. Locked room murder. I guess you might see this kind of thing a lot in mystery novels or books or whatever. Umaneko? But could it really happen in real life? And right before our very eyes like this? Are you curious to hear more about what a locked room murder entails? Sure, if you don't mind.
That's fine.
When you break down this kind of murder mystery, there are 4 basic types. Okay. The first type is when the locked room is created and the actual crime is committed. This simply means that the killer commits his crime, then through some special method steals the room. Yup. This mainly involves some sort of trick involving the locking of the room. Basic approaches include using a string or simple mechanisms. There are a number of variations. So for that, all we have to do is check the door and see if that's what it was, right?
Correct.
The second type is the locked room already exists before the crime is committed. Oh.
In other words...
Oh. Basically, the killer uses a special contraption or tool from outside to target the victim inside. Yep. You push a switch and it fires a handgun. You shoot an arrow through a gap in the door somehow like that.
However...
But in this case, that doesn't seem to fit. There are no guns or arrows in the door in the school, and the door doesn't have a gap that would allow it. Yeah, I think we can probably cross that one off the list.
It's true.
The third type is when the killer stays in the room until it's opened up. What do you mean by that?
In other words...
They stay hidden, and when the door is opened, they use the confusion to blend us with the group. They pretend they showed up along with everyone else, and that's that. That sounds like it could have been possible, maybe. If that was the case, then that means it's Hina. Oh, Beatrice. And the fourth and final type is when it wasn't actually a locked room at all. Not a locked room.
In other words...
By that, I mean there's actually an alternate escape room somewhere within the room. You see that this in a lot of novels and things, but in reality it's generally not possible. Then you think we can cross that one off too?
Indeed.
I believe so, yes. So when it comes to the locked room mysteries, those are the basics. So there are 4 possibilities. Then Kyoko, which of those 4 seems the most likely in this case?
It's true.
That's a good question. Answering that should be a primary focus during this case. But right now, I can't really say. I see. The way the killer set up the locked room. Until I figured that out, the truth behind Sakura's death will stay hidden. It's definitely a tough mystery. I need to concentrate and investigate as much as I can. For Sakura, if nothing else. I'm pretty sure Sakura may have just done herself in this case, though. It makes sense, especially when they brought up the thing with poison. But is that just it? I mean, I feel like that would be pretty straightforward. But if there's anything other layers to it, what would it be? Because there's also the thing with Hina being the first. Well, I don't think Hina killed her. Or how did they even do the closed room case? I guess we'll see when we investigate. Especially considering that they had to put the chair behind the door. It's okay, yep, time to investigate. Okay, so we got the broken glass. That's from us. There's a tissue, there's blood. I assume this is blood. But then what's this? This has to be the blood because they usually make blood like pink in this. So, interesting. Some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance of the room. Protein seam. Unless someone actually put poison into one of these capsules. Possibly. That's the only other explanation. Yeah, protein drink. Hey, what's up, Kyoko? Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loves her protein. And she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments. Ailments.
Wrong.
I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. I know. Relax. But still, this protein can... It's got a label on it that says Chem A2. That reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the chem lab had all kinds of health stuff. So she must have gotten this from the chem lab.
Just a second.
Well, that's strange. Huh? What is?
Hey.
You see what's scattered around the can? Shards of glass, or light blue glass. They must be parts of the window I broke to get inside.
Correct.
But they aren't just scattered around the can. They're also underneath it. Is it possible someone broke the glass and then replaced the glass and we broke the glass?
What?
What? Why does that matter? I can't say for sure yet, but you're probably going to want to take note of it. I feel like it will become an important clue later on. Important clue. I'm not sure how I see it. Come on, Makoto, man. You tick me off, man. Okay, we're going to go left to right. There's a chair that was against the doorknob. There's no evidence of any kind of string or mechanism that was used on the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think the chair had anything special done to it. I could click on the clock. 1 o'clock right now. She died around 12 noon, so it's been an hour since she died. So roughly an hour now. Was that when Kyoka and I were moving alter ego? Okay. Let me investigate this stuff. Now make my way to Sakura's body. The bloodstain in front of the magazine shelf. It must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why so far away from where she died? That's probably where she might have coughed blood, because I'm still going with the fact that she was poisoned. Why else would they bring up poison? Unless something else happened. That same shelf full of magazines. There's all different kinds of magazines here. Okay. Were these things missing? 4 bottles lined up on the shelf. And inside the bottle, there's some Monokuma figure. What I'm wondering is, how did they get those figures inside the bottle?
So...
It's no different from your standard ship in the bottle. Yeah, what? You know where the bottle's opening is smaller than the bolt placed inside? Oh. Okay, those type of things. You never seen that? Oh yeah, maybe I have.
In other words...
So this is the Monokuma version of that. A Monokuma bottle, if you will. Oh wait! The glass over here may not be from the window, and maybe from this. But the question is, where's the Monokuma figurine then? So this broke over here, or broke there. Parts of it broke, but it spilled here. Okay, what's this actually? Before I actually go with my theory I had, and this is open as well. What? There are shards of glass scattered all around the chair Sakura is sitting on. Shards of glass, yeah, from the bottle, yeah. And the glass is all red, and these are the tops and bottom sections of a bottle, right? So this must have originally been a bottle. Yeah, the Monokuma bottle. Huh? There's something else on the ground near the glass. Yep. It's a figure. It fits in the palm of my hand. It's a Monokuma figure. I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of things little by little. The Monokuma bottle is sitting on the shelf. The Monokuma figure we found on the ground. Yeah, okay, yeah. Started out as a bottle. Yeah, yada yada. Which means Sakura must have been hit in the head with a Monokuma bottle. Well, we have to observe the body first. The shards of glass and the Monokuma figure are evidence of that. So then safe to say the Monokuma bottle was a weapon. Before I get to the body, let me actually examine all this stuff, Makoto. The locker is open, and there on the inside, yeah, what are these handprints? It looks like someone touched inside of the locker and it left a handprint in all the dust.
It's true.
And it looks quite fresh too. I say someone was hiding here in the locker, and they left behind a little something extra. So then, maybe the killer hid in here until the locker room was open, don't you think? And during all the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group. Hold up, yo. Fortunately, that's not a possibility. Yeah, that's not possible because... Yeah, go with it, Kyoko's. Yeah, why not?
Hey.
We looked inside the room, right? Yeah. And the locker was already open at that point. Details.
Indeed.
So there's no way someone could have hidden there until after we opened the door. Yeah, so then, what does the handprint mean? This looks like some kind of wrapper.
Huh?
Oh, that's... Do you recognize it, Hina?
Well...
Oh Oh yeah, I mean, I gave it to her. That's a candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little. So he gave that candy to Sakura. I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like them. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took an entire box back to Yo, same. I'd do that too. I made sure nobody else could get their hands on him. Really like them that much? I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. Man. But now, they've lost all their flavor. Thing is that we get all these, like, things, and they all connect. And I like that, because then it's up to us to figure out how they all connect. And it's like you could draw a part of it, but there's always some things left out. But I think once we investigate the rest of school, we'll see. Sakura drew her last breath, sitting slumped forward in this chair. There's obvious evidence of the blow to the head Sakura suffered. Normally, I wouldn't have any problem believing that that's what killed her. But according to the Monokuma file, she had also vomited blood. Yeah, we could see traces of blood on her lips. Yep. So what would have caused her to vomit blood? The Monokuma file specifically said she hadn't suffered any other injuries. So that thing to the bottom of the head makes no sense that you're talking about Makoto. Stats of Sakura's body has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Okay. Maybe her getting hit in the head somehow caused her to stop. But then we would see possibly injury to the head. I mean, for you to cough up blood, you have to get hit hard in the head, and that's going to show a wound. Not a chance. Thank you, Togami.
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on the most interesting location. Interesting?
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting. Don't you agree? No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. This dude Togami kind of sick, low-key. Not even low-key. This dude is known to be out there. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died. We'll go for you first, Togami.
What?
What do you want? You're bothering me. Go away. Okay, well, screw you. Let's talk to you, Kyoko.
However,
But for Sakura to have been killed, yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight.
it's true.
And she certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So how was the killer able to get the upper hand on her? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand? They must have taken her by surprise, right?
Certainly.
Certainly, they would have needed to if they expected to stand any chances against her. Okay, what do you gotta say, Hina?
What the heck?
We already know who. Yo, she's ready to point fingers.
I won't forgive you.
Togami, Toko, Hiro. It had to be one of them. They couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto? Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more. Then let me help you find out more. What? You see, Sakura asked all three of them to meet with her. You know where? Right here in the rec room. How do you know about that? Well, I guess they're friends, so... After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Okay, I remember that. Well, eventually she went off on her own. But when I saw her again after that, she told me. She said she'd left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon. By noon, the Monokuma file said that she died right around then. I'm telling you the truth, I heard it right from Sakura herself, and I tried to stop her. But she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, that she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. Man, yo, Hina, you crying so much. If I'd stopped her by force even, this never would have happened. Hina, man, that's sad though. It's impossible not to have regrets, I know. Let's see what Togami got to say, if he has anything to say. Is it true that Sakura asked to meet you to meet with her in the rec room? So you found out. Interesting. Then it's true. Yeah, I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do what it said and risk being killed? It's true though, but this dude Togami was like, yo, she's working with them. I'm not about to be around her. Dude actually showed up to the cafeteria with us. That's how much he wanted to stay away from her. So you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. Haven't seen Sakura today at all. Until now. Togami says he didn't go see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact.
Come on.
If you're all finished, please remove yourselves from my sight. Okay. Thanks, I guess. Screw you. Bro, what did I not click on? I'm from left to right with the door? Okay. Door doesn't have a lock, and there's no evidence that the mounting has been tampered with. The only notable change to the door is we smashed the window, which happened, of course, when I broke it from outside. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on that door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. Having examined both the door and the chair, there's no doubt the reason the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening. And there's no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that. So the killer must have created a locked room from the inside, not from the outside. Oh, what's up? Oh, Makoto, have you finished your general investigation? Yeah, I think so for the most part.
So then
Then you should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave.
listen to me.
Which is why I've decided you'll go in my place. Hey, Yoshi says, I'll trust you in my place. She's decided? She's gotten to a lot more pushy since we had our issue. But she's right. I do have to go talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with the other two people. I need to hear what they have to say. Toko's room is right next to Sayaka's, right? Where is Hiro's room? Isn't it down the hall? Okay, well, Toko's first, so let's see what's up with Toko. Or Gensai Jill. Whichever. I press the doorbell. Please be Toko, not Gensai Jill. In fact, who would I rather talk with? I neither. After a few seconds.
Who's there?
Ah, the most negative aura I've ever felt. An aura of total decay.
Oh, what do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Makoto asked the question. No kidding, man.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
Come on, Makoto, man. Now she's over here starting to start freaking out. She didn't look like she was in a good mood. I'm curious, though, about that. With her split personality. She's aware of Genocide Jill. So it makes her wonder, do they, like, share the same memory as well? Or is it just a separate memory that, or, like, they could choose with, like, memories get brought to the other or something like that? I don't know. I was thinking about that.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Obviously annoyed, Toko slithered out into the hallway.
What do you want?
You said you wanted to talk with me about something. Yep. I wanted to talk about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet with you.
Well,
I don't know what you're talking about. Lies. Togami already told me she asked to meet with him. What? She wanted to meet with Master 2? I said 2, didn't I? Yes. Thank you. I guess now it's totally obvious, huh? Yeah, pretty much. So can you tell me about it? I admit it, I did get the no. But I didn't go see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. And Toko, she didn't go see her, but can I really believe her? What about Genocide Jill? Did Genocide Jill decide to go? That's what I'm talking about with this light split personality here. Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact. Is that good enough? Then I'm going back to my room. What is she doing in her bedroom all day? With that, Toko quickly retreated into her room, probably writing stories. And after a few seconds,
You know?
hey, what's up, man? What's up, Makoto? Did you need something? Yeah, I need some questions. Yeah. Actually, I wanted to check something. It's about how Sakura went to meet with you.
What?
How do you know about that?
Could it be?
Yeah, did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities awakened in you? Relax. But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. So he's aware of the other people too. Oroku told me herself that so she told Hiro though that she wanted to meet with those two as well. What? When did Sakura tell you that?
What?
Well, when she asked me to meet with her, of course. But she didn't write you a note? Yeah, a note. She
How about that?
gave it to me in person, and she happened to mention the others, like, in passing. I gotta be honest, this is super yeah, why is he explaining it like this? What was going on? What were you what were you and Sakura up to, man? You're making yourself look more sus. I don't think it's you though, Hiro. So then you went and met with Sakura?
Got it all wrong.
No way, I didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious.
Actually,
The last time I saw Olga was when Hina got hurt. I took her to the nurse's office.
just don't look at me.
I haven't seen her since then. While I'm here, could you show me the note she gave you? Do I still... This dude Hiro, always having notes. I don't forget about last time, man. Hiro was feeling around his pockets.
Hey, come on.
Sorry, looks like I don't have it anymore. With a big, goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands out of his pockets. But when he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pockets. The candy bar!
Huh?
Or wrapper. Ah! As quick as the wind, Hiro snatched it back up again and shoved it back into his pocket. So she was writing the notes on the candy bars?
Hey, come on.
Sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Trash?
What?
Anyway, I can't deny that Olga asked me to meet with her, with me, but I never went. So well, if you'll excuse me. See, now this is getting more complex. But before waiting for a reply, Hiro quickly slipped back into his room. Hiro, man. Hiro said that was just trash, but there's no way that's all there was to it. Let's check out these chemicals. Oh! Makoto, did you have your eye on the chem lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, I got it. Why don't you make sure you get out of my way? Makoto, talk smack to them too. I think what you meant to say is, yes sir, I understand. Makoto, if you say this, man, you keep going lower. My respect for you keeps going down, and then it goes slightly up, but then it keeps going down, man. Exactly, Makoto. Don't reply to that. Screw this guy. Okay, so we got broken stuff over here. This isn't my first time seeing the shelf, but I just can't get over how big it is. I should probably take a closer look at it. Looks like 3 shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf. But more importantly right now, what's that powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf? I have to be careful not to step in it. And we got footsteps in it. Those footsteps had to have appeared after it was spilled. Let's see, what's on the shelf? What kinds of dietary supplements and different medicine? Do we have that one with the poison? The protein sugar found in the rec room probably came from this shelf. All the containers in the shelf are labeled with the letter A and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section A. But we got C9 in there. But wait. But there's one bottle in here that's labeled C9. Could someone put it in here on accident? Yeah, one with a skull on it. So on this shelf looks like a bunch of chemicals that I have no idea what they are. Okay. B1s. They're reagents. Put simply, they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. Oh. How have you lived in such ignorance for so long? It must truly be bliss. Bro, I'm not a scientist. Isn't that kind of harsh?
What?
Why do you think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world? Only for situations like this, or unless you want to become a, I don't know, scientist or something.
That's fine.
But I guess hey, no, there's no such thing as bad knowledge. The words of a lifelong loser, which I suppose suits you well. Makoto, you have to speak smack, man. I didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Right now I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter B and a number. So I guess I could consider this part of the shelving unit, section B. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here. In which case, I don't think I have to worry too much about the shelf. On this shelf is one look, and I can tell it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. These look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number. Yep, this is the poison shelf. So I guess I consider this part of the shelving under unit section C. I'm sure I find out more about the shelving unit. Looks like it's split into 3 sections. Section A has dietary supplements, Section B has reagents, and Section C has lethal chemicals. So I must have gotten the protein powder from Section A. But what concerns me is that Section A, there's a bottle that's labeled from Section C. There's definitely something going on there. No doubt about it. Let's talk about this broken poison bottle. Broken bottle in front of the shelf. Is this where the powder came from? Looks like the bottle had a label on it. Chem C4. Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning checking things out, and at that point, this room wasn't like this. At what time did you say? This morning. Okay, so I'm assuming before noon. Then this powder must have been spilled.
So, in other words...
That's right. It couldn't have been around the time of the incident. If that really... Wait, what? It couldn't have... It could only have been around the time of the incident. Okay. If that's really when it happened, it must be related to the case somehow. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. I better not leave a footprint. These are footprints. And they're only in front of the left shelf. How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We may need to sketch out the floor plan. By we, you mean me. How kind of you to offer. You know what? With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and a pen. Crumble that up and throw it at his face.
What?
Well, let's go. Chop chop. Makoto, don't do it, man. But you're probably going to say, oh, well, it helped me as well, so I'll just do it anyways. Nice pushover, man. So I got to work, and before long, I'd drawn up a sketch of the room. Don't ask him how's this. Not bad for you, I mean. For me.
I see.
So when you look at it like this, interesting. It would appear that whoever left these footprints only had business on the leftmost shelf. They came in, went straight to that shelf, did whatever they had to, and then left. That's what the footprints tell me.
I see.
These footprints must be...
It's certainly
Makoto,
possible.
are they yours? Yeah, I'm clumsy. No!
What?
Okay, then let me see your shoes and confirm their sizes for myself. I couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what Togami said. I see, your feet do appear to be too big. So, it's someone with a small foot. Fortunately, I must admit, these are not your footprints. Unfortunately. Wait, you wanted it to be me so badly? This dude doesn't like me? Well, I know they didn't like me, but like, you really wanted to accuse me? But with how clear these footprints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. I should probably take a good look. Hard to look at the powder. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor in front of the shelf. There's also the remains of a broken bottle. It looks like the bottle was labeled Chem C4. Also, looks like someone left some footprints in the powder. Based on the position of the prints, whoever it was only went to the left side of the shelf. According to Togami, the powder would have to been spilled right around the time of the incident. That's all I could tell for now. Hina's the only one who would go in here for that. If not, Sakura. I've already taken a good look at the chem lab. Maybe I should have another look around the rec room.
Hey.
So Makoto, how's your investigation going? I saw Kyoka and Toka and Hiro. Yeah, okay, yeah.
I see.
I see. So along with Togami, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. But that's all too convenient. Someone must be lying. Which one is lying, though? I still think something's up with Toko, because we asked Toko, but we don't know about genocide. Chill. So, someone's lying. But something's up with Hiro also. I feel like, well, then Hiro's obviously keeping something a secret, so.
Anyway.
Well, I made some progress on my own. Sakura's body and the Shop magazines and the Monokuma bottles. These three have revealed new clues. You'd do well to look them over one more time. You don't want to tell me about it?
Hey.
So, did you figure it out? Why don't you just tell me? There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay close attention, and you're sure to find it. Yeah, I see it now. I see it now. The different chess pieces. Yo, come on, Makoto. She gave you a second chance, even though she should have just told you. I don't know what she was like.
So...
I mind guiding you towards clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come up with their own conclusion so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. Yeah, which chess piece actually was missing? I should have looked at it like that too. And it's not just because you don't trust me. Right? Kyoko, we've been through so much. Come on. I do trust you to a degree. Otherwise, I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Yeah, why do you look at me like that? Only to a degree. Okay, yeah, because we have... Let's see if I remember my chess pieces correctly. Actually, that means that 2 bottles are missing. Okay, what else about the Monokuma bottles? I'd like to do an experiment to perform it. You don't mind helping me, right? Why not?
Anyway.
Can you gather up all the pieces of the bottom of the Monokuma bottles? Try to get smaller pieces too? Huh? Are you sure it's okay to mess up the crime scene like that?
That doesn't matter.
I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine. And that obnoxious Togami is not here, so she's like, yo, I don't care what Togami has to say.
So then.
Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather up all the glass. It's like Kyoko left the room. I really don't know what this is about, but what choice do I have? I better just do it. Is everything ready? Then let's get to work. Yo, she's excited for this. So what kind of experiment are we doing?
In other words,
I got a scale from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare weights. Compare the weights of what? Pieces of glass you collected, and one of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact.
listen.
Oh! Wait, of the 2 more... Oh, we're going to see if there's something going on with the weights. Okay. Balance.
In other words,
Which makes sense. Monokuma figures inside are basically the same and nothing else could really affect the weight.
so then.
So here comes an important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now what might we expect to see? That they'll be balanced. Either way they're balanced out and the pieces I collected will be lighter, yep. I did my best to get them all, but there's a chance I could have missed some here and there.
So then.
If so, then anything it'll be close to equal. But it's more. Broken pieces are heavier. How's that possible? Yeah, what's going on?
I knew it.
Just as I thought. What?
In other words,
Between the bottles, put it all together. I believe you arrive at the one very persuasive conclusion. So what do you think? It's all on you. That one weighs more. It makes you wonder if there's something else inside. No. Okay, and she said to check out what else? The magazines? One magazine upside down. One that she probably read. Yep, the Miss Muscles. Miss Muscle appears. Is she reading some manga? Did someone put it back on the way on accident? If something catches their eye, it's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. Toko, what? This is... In one of the pages near the center of the magazine, a word had been written in blood. Bold, bloody letters. And it said Toko. Could this be a dying message?
correct.
Then it would appear you found it. Yuko, is this?
So...
It's indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it. It was really like that when I found it a little while ago. I might sure to put it back exactly as I found it, for the benefit of others who might come looking. Hey, is that... Oh boy, he's about to be like, it was Toko! It was Toko! Which is a plausible thing to go with, but... Yeah, we still have to explore everything else. That says Toko, right? Yeah, it looks like it.
What the heck?
Then she's the killer, right? Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet.
I won't forgive
It's
you.
settled. She's the killer for sure. That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer. I can see why you would think that, but it just seems too easy. If anything, it makes me that more suspicious. Is the body? Yep, okay.
Just a second.
Just staring off into space is going to help you figure anything out. Oh yeah, I know, but
Hey.
don't you think you might need to actually examine the body?
Whew.
There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching dead bodies. She's completely unemotional. And she's also wearing gloves the whole time. I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it.
It's true.
That's totally normal. Then how can you? Who is Toko still? I mean Kyoko. We still don't know who she's the ultimate of.
So...
The ultimate mystery? I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. Was she the ultimate killer? Imagine that. What? Sorry, never mind.
Hey,
More importantly, look here. Her shoes.
correct.
You see that yellow powder on her instep? Yeah, it really stands out.
I see.
That powder is clue number 1. Yellow powder. Yellow powder from the chem lab. Next is a wound to her head. Look carefully.
It's true.
Actually, even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot, so let me just explain.
It seems...
It seems that she didn't suffer a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head. Okay, so someone did hit her in the head. Wait, but... Oh, they did... Okay, it did say a strong blow to the head. Okay, my mistake, y'all. 2 blows.
Indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing.
Correct.
Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one.
It's true.
So, there's no blood on either hand. So, if we assume the dying message was from her, then either she wiped her hands, well, then what she wiped her hands on? Someone else might have wiped her hands, or someone's trying to frame Toko. Can't believe she was able to learn all that by just looking at her body. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. Already? Why is he not?
Whoops! You caught me sleeping.
Oh.
Your investigation was just so boring. I couldn't stay
This
awake.
was an interesting investigation.
Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay, then let's begin the
You know, we might as well do the class trials today as
You know
well.
where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
I thought an investigation was going to take longer, but no. It's already time, but the mystery of the locked room is still only half solved. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the class trial. No, not whatever happens. I have to make something happen. Okay, Makoto, I like that determination.